Hello all. In the previous class, we learned how to add multiple windows in our web pages. That is, instead of displaying a single web content into one web browser, we can create multiple rectangular windows known as inline frames. And to each of these inline frames, we can load a different web page or a web document, right? We also discussed that we can divide our web documents or web pages into horizontal and vertical sections known as frames. But these frames are not supported by all browsers. So we will not learn frames. Instead, we will learn some new tags which will help us in displaying our web content in horizontal and vertical sections. Okay, so before we learn how to divide, let us observe a website. So I've kept the Maharashtra State Board Higher Secondary and Secondary Education website opened. Okay, now observe this website. You will find this is the section what I'm talking about. This is a whole web document. Okay, to this web document is divided into different sections. This is the horizontal section I'm talking about. Coming down, we have another horizontal section with a white background. Again down, we have three vertical sections. Look, this is the left, this is the middle, and this is the right. Usually in websites, we observe the right side sections have various advertisements coming up, right? Similar. And this is a website. So it is having many web pages within it. So if I click here, I can see some subject code web pages. Okay, these are the informations. Now today we will learn how to divide our web pages into such different horizontal and vertical sections. Correct? So moving ahead, let us see what do we mean by this division and span tags. Okay, so our topic for today is to divide our web pages or web documents into such horizontal and vertical sections. We need the div and the span tags. Both these tags are paired tags. Okay, now in HTML, if we want to do grouping is going to be very important, especially when we want to have common set of style properties, maybe for a group of tags or a section of a page. So for grouping, there are two types of tags available. One is the division tag and the other is the span tag. Now, what is the difference between them and how to use them? This division div, it is a paired tag first of all. Okay, and it is a block level tag. Block level meaning whenever you use the div with the div close, the text which is placed between the div and the div close will be pushed to a new line, right? That is, it will occupy the complete browser's width. So before and after there will be a break which is given. Okay. Whereas in the case of span is not a block level tag, it is an inline tag. So it is going to identify a section of a page without providing any breaks before and after. Okay. Now, obviously, both of these tags will not be doing any kind of formatting, or you will not observe any visual changes unless we apply some CSS to it. So, what is the division tag? It is used as a container. Container means a pad tag for the HTML elements. Okay. This tag is easily styled. How can you apply styles to these tags? We can use CSS. And what type of CSS? We can use internal, inline, and external. All the three types of CSS to this tag. Okay. So, the division tag can be styled using the class or the ID attribute. we all remember, hope we all remember what is the class and the ID attribute. And we can write any kind of content. You can write big paragraph, you can write a single word or a single line. We can write any sort of content between the div and the div close. Note, by default, browsers always place a line break before and after the div element. Okay. The div tag also supports global attributes and the event attributes in HTML. So what are global attributes? Not only div, I'll make it very specific. Even the span tag supports the global attributes and the event attributes in HTML. Okay. First of all, before we understand what is a global and an event attribute, let us proceed further. There's an example I'm skipping. We'll go for the span tag. Similarly, the span is used for grouping and applying styles to inline elements. Inline means it will not give breaks. Okay. In a single line only, it will apply grouping and we can apply styles to it. Okay. It is again a container, that is a paired tag. And to a part of a text, you can give some kind of styling or create a section. Okay. Again, same thing. How we can do it with the help of CSS, all the three types of CSS. The best is you apply inline CSS to both div and the span tags. And we know how to apply inline CSS, right? We can use style as a attribute inside each of our div and the span tag. See, I've put an example over here. I'll go deep into it by providing various examples. Okay. Here I've mentioned, again, the span tag also supports the global and the event attributes. The span tag is much like the division element, but the division is a block level element and the span is an inline element. Okay, this is the main difference between them. We'll understand in deep. I have described here the attributes. We know what are attributes. We all know what are attributes. They are additional informations which are returned with a tag. Why? To provide the browser with more information about how the tag should appear or behave. Correct? And attributes consist of a name and a value. We all know how an attribute is written. I have given an example here. Style is an attribute and its value is this color : black. So attributes consist of a name and a value separated by an equal to sign, and the value is surrounded by double quotes. Observe here. Correct? Now, there are three kinds of attributes we can add to our HTML tags. They are the element specific, the global, and the event handler. Now I'll explain what is element specific, what is global, and what is event handler. Element specific. Element means tags, right? For example, body tag. So body tag has some 6 or 7 attributes. Body tag has attributes like BG color, background, text, link, a link, and v link, right? So element specific is tag attributes. The tag has an attribute. Similarly, take heading tag H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. The heading tags have an attribute called as align. Take font tag. It has an attribute. It has 3 attributes: face, size, and color. So every tag has its own attributes. That is called as element specific. That is tag specific. Clear? Second is global. What do you mean by the word global? Global means available to everyone. And we have seen some attribute which is available to all the tags. Style, correct? Style is one of the attribute which is available to all the tags. So style is a global attribute. And the third part says event handler content. Now, event handler we have not learned. This is when we are working with JavaScript and we want to make an event function. or you want to call an event, then we create attributes which can be used only with the events, okay, which are used to call some functions. So those are called as event handler, which we have in the next chapter called as client-side scripting JavaScript. See, I have explained here HTML global attributes. These are attributes that can be used with all HTML elements. And one of its example is the style tag, the style attribute. And what are global event? It has the ability to let events trigger actions, like starting a JavaScript when a user clicks on an element. Okay. So what we'll do, instead of going to the theoretical part, I hope we have understood at least an introduction to what we are going to see today. So let us practically understand what is this div and what is this span tag. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll demonstrate using some example. I've already created a notepad here and saved it with the name divspantags.html. Okay. I've already kept the content ready so that so that the video doesn't exceed more. Here, I'll straight away copy this and I'll place it here. Now observe what am I doing. Simple. If I remove this also, okay, simply observe. This is a div tag and this is the closing of the div. So we have a pad tag here, division. And into the tag, I have used a heading tag, H4, fourth level of heading. And I've written this is the first group. Then I have written a P tag. Following is the list of vegetables. And I have used a unordered list UL tag. You can use anything. I have used a UL tag. You can use some other tags. Okay. So I will save this and let us observe the output. So these are all my HTML pages into one folder. I'm selecting divspantags.html, right click, and I'll say open with Internet Explorer. I will be opening these web pages into different browsers and showing you. So this is the, okay. So 1 minute. Okay. This is the output. Observe. Okay. So before the div tag, one space is come, and after the div tag, we get a space which we will observe now. Okay. Here, H4 tag, and observe the output, the fourth level of heading, simple paragraph tag, and as it is the output, and this is list type. I have used square. So Y circle is coming. Let us check here. I'll put circle. Sorry, disk is coming. I made some mistake, it seems. File menu, save, and enter. Okay, still disk is coming. Maybe I've done some mistake. If I use simple, let us see. Control S and refresh. Okay, now it is correct. Disk is coming. Okay, if you want different, you write here type is equal to SQUARE square. Control S and refresh. Okay, square has come. Now observe the output. Again, what I'll do, I'll place another set of division tag. Control C. And I'll place here another set of division tag. Again, I'm removing the CSS formatting, what I've done. You have to observe the output. So we have refresh. Now observe the output. See, before and after the division tag, you get a space, and look at the text. There is no formatting which is applied to the division tag. The text is displayed as it is if you observe. Now, to apply formatting, what I'll do, I will use the CSS. So how to apply formatting using CSS? We all know Style is a global attribute which can be used. So I've written here style is equal to inverted comma make color colon green. Control S and let us observe the output. Reload the page. Why is it not getting applied? Div style is equal to color. Okay, I need to write it instead of copying and pasting. Style equal to into inverted comma color colon say red and inverted comma close and hopefully it gets applied. Okay, correct. Okay, see. Now observe the code. This particular div, this is the first div, right? This particular div, all the elements, these all elements have come in red color. Okay. Similarly, I'll copy from here and Control C, I will write it here, paste it here, sorry, and I'll change the color to say blue. Control S and now again reload. See, the second group appears in blue color. Correct. So why this style was not working? Inverted commas were wrong. So I have to write here. Okay, fine. List style type colon square square. Now it should work. Again, it's not working. Okay, fine. This is not type, it should be style equal to and semicolon, Control S. Now, okay, it's working. Okay, so understood the way you do mistakes, how you learn from your mistakes. Okay, I had copied and pasted from Word. This inverted commas were not functioning here. That is why it was not working. Okay, so we have understood how. Now still if division is not clear, I'll make it more clear. How? I will place simple paragraphs. Okay, I'll show you like this. I'll take this and instead of so many tags, I'll place, see, observe, Control C, Control V, Control V. Okay, sorry, Control S, and I am working everything. I'm doing all changes into one particular HTML page. I don't want to open many pages. See what we have done. I'll open the code side by side. We have 3 division tags here, 3 different blocks, correct? This is the block, this is the block, like that, 3 different division tags. And observe the output as it is, whatever you have written here, as it is displayed in the output, correct? It is not doing any kind of formatting. Our div is a paired tag and it is not doing any formatting. It is giving us the output as it is. So if we want to apply formatting, what we need to do, say I want each of these, all the 3 blocks in a 3 different colors. So what should I do? I have to apply CSS to it, right? So every division tag, we need to apply CSS by using either inline or internal, correct? So now I'll slowly apply this and show you. So I will again, when I'm copying and pasting, okay, instead of copying and pasting, I will type. So I will say to the second one, to the first I'm not applying, to the second I'll apply is equal to inverted comma, I'll say color. At least the value I can copy and paste. Okay, fine. Color, I'll give red, semicolon, and I'll say background dash color. I'll say yellow, semicolon, inverted comma, close, Control S. This much, only this much, and refresh. Now observe. The first one is as it is, the third is as it is, and the middle one has a yellow background color and a red text color. Now, to understand division better, we are going to apply height and width to it. So we have style tag has many attributes. Sorry, the style attribute has many properties. So we will give height is equal to 200 pixels, semicolon, width is equal to say 300 pixels, semicolon. Control S and reload. What happened again? Color red, background color yellow, height 200 pixels, width is equal to 300 pixels. So it should work. What is happening? Some spelling mistake. HEIGHT, height and width. It is correct. So why is it not working? Okay, I'll change it. I'll change the height to 400 pixels and the width to 600 pixels, and it is not working. Okay, so let us check why is it not happening. We'll just change these values. Again, we'll say width 300 pixels, height 400 pixels, save. Let us observe. Okay, see. So what have I done? Observing how I have created a division over here, right? So this is the top section, which is plain white background, the middle section and the bottom section, correct? What we could have done, we could have applied similarly. If you feel it is very big, we will change it. Okay, so we'll change this to 200. Control S and observe, right? Similarly, we can change the width also. I'll say 150. Control S and change. Okay, it is occupying, because I've increased it, it is occupying the 100% complete width. As it is a block level tag, it is taking the complete width unless we provide another division to it. Okay, so we'll slowly observe even that. Now, for every division, we are having the ability to give the height and the width. And we are going to again elaborate this when we learn more of CSS. But the span tag will not work like this. It is a little bit different. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll first give here a HR tag. What is HR? It's a horizontal ruler. Observe. See, we have a horizontal ruler and we can apply lot of formatting to this ruler. Now, as HR is a singular tag, we have learned in class 11th, HR is a singular tag. Okay. So I have given a closing here. Correct. This HR tag has many attributes. You can change the size of the, that is thickness. I can make it as say 5 pixels. I don't know whether it works. Let us see. Okay, it has, see the thickness has increased. Okay, can make it 15 pixels. See, the thickness of the ruler changes. Okay, I'm not applying all these things. We'll learn what is the span tag. Okay, so what I'll give, I will type something here. Instead of typing, I've made things ready. So Control C, I don't want to waste time in typing, and I'll remove the span tag. I've written this is a long paragraph to explain the span tag. Some sentence I have written. Control S and observe the output. The text is displayed as it is. I'll make it bigger. The text is displayed as it is. Now, what if we apply, if I want to apply different formatting to this particular sentence, that is not to whole. I want to apply formatting only to this much part of the sentence. Which part? Paragraph to explain. Okay, I want to give different background color or some text color or some different style of writing to only this part of the text, paragraph to explain. And I want it in the same line. So one way is, see, I can apply div, and here also I can apply div, closing div, correct, sorry, and save, and let us refresh. What happened? Observe the output. Okay, we have seen that text which was in a single line is split into 3 lines. Why? That is the property of the division tag. It will give a new line enter. It will place the text which is surrounded by the division tag into a new line. And after that also, whatever text, it has pushed to a new line. Correct? right? But I don't want the text in this manner. I want to ensure that it does not break. It should be continuous, right? So if we use the division tag, you have seen what is the output. It is giving breaks like this, or it is dividing it into different sections. That one line is divided into 3 different sections. So what I'll do, we will, instead of using the division tag, see, using division, you can apply here formatting feature. I can say style. Okay, if I copy and paste, it doesn't work. So still I'll write style is equal to, I'll say background color colon cyan, and text color, I'll say some color magenta. Okay, this is how everything is correct. This is how you write the style attribute. Control S and reload. See, the CSS property, that is styling, is applied to the text which is surrounded by div tag, but still the text is pushed to a new line. I don't want it in a new line. I want it in the same line. So what we'll do, simple, only replace the division tag by the span tag. Okay, just the replace this division tag with the span tag, and now observe the output. See, now you will observe the complete line is in a, sorry, the whole text is displayed in a single line. It is continuous, correct? What we did, we just changed the division tag to the span tag, right? So we come to know the advantage of using the span tag, right? If we want to give particular formatting, or if we want to give a special formatting to a particular section of a line or a paragraph, what we need to do, surround it by the span tag and use the style properties. We can give the different style properties. What we have understood, the division tag will create different blocks, whereas the span tag does not divide, or it will not create blocks, right? We can also use IDs, classes, which we have learned, and do internal CSS to this. Okay, now proceeding further or trying to understand this much better, what I'll do, I will, same web page, I will change. Okay, this will not work if I copy and paste, so I'm going to change everything. I will remove all this. I'm not applying any of this. I am removing all this from here. All this from here. Okay, I want only 3 division tags. Control S and just observe the output. Nothing, plain. Why? Because we did not write anything. It is empty. Correct? Now, what am I going to do? I will apply some kind of formatting. Okay, again, to save the time, I'm going to do copy and paste. That is why I kept it ready. So I have to write it again, align, left, left alignment. I have given style is equal to background dash color. Okay. So what color? Let us change. Okay. Background dash color, and I've put some color FF9900. I guess this is orange. Okay. Some particular colors I remember. Width I have not given in pixels. I said 100%. So the whole width, and height I have given 100 pixels. And this is a pad tag. So I've closed. No text into it. Only one section I'll show you first, and I'll reload. Observing? Okay. Now, similarly, I can copy this. If the first one is working, I can copy it and I can paste it here. I'll change the color to, again, copy paste I'm doing. All copy paste work. I don't want to type and waste time. Control V, Control S, and width and all, I will keep it. Right now, I'll keep it same. Here also, I'll copy, Control C, and I'll paste it. Okay, and here the color I'll change to this color. Control S, and let us observe. I don't know what output. See, can you see the output? I have created 3 different divisions. Want me to create one more division? I'll Control C and I'll say Control V, and I'll use a different color here. Which color? Probably green, I guess. Correct. Okay, so change again. Okay, some shade of yellow. Same yellow. Okay, I've used it again. Correct. So observing how what we did, we have created 4 division blocks or 4 different sections using the div tag here. Now to this, I will apply height and width in terms of pixels and show you. Okay, or I'll just change the properties and show you how it works out. So I'm applying height and width here. Here I'm applying width as 300 pixels and height I am applying as, okay, 400 pixels. Control S. Similarly, I do it. I'll remove this. I want only 3. I'll do height as 300 pixels and width as 400 pixels. Okay. So I'm saving and I'll refresh here. Observe what happened. Can you observe? What happened? These are the two, both are aligned to left. So because they are aligned to left, see how it has come. I'll make this as aligned to right. Let us observe what happens again. The sections are coming in the same manner. Correct? So what we'll do, we'll align one to the CENTER center. And now observe what happens. Any changes? No. You have observed all the 3 times how it is coming. Right? We have given here left alignment. We have given here center alignment. Here I have given right alignment. Each time you have observed the output to be same. Only the first one is occupying the complete width and the rest are occupying the width as 300 pixels and they are joined together. This is not getting applied. Now to get this applied, what we need to do, we should introduce a new attribute called as float, float. And float me you can mention align as left, right or center. Okay, I'm sorry, left and right, not left, right and center, left and right. So now I'll save this and we'll observe the output. You'll not see because I did not make the changes in the last one. Control C and here I'll say Control V. What is missing? And here I'll say alignment is RIGHT, right. Let us see whether it works. Now coming down here, observing. So what did I do? I have divided my, okay, I've divided my web page into 3 different sections. The top section, horizontal, and observe the next 2 sections are vertical section. Correct? With 300 pixels each. Earlier they were overlapping. Now they are vertical sections with 300 pixels each. Now, if I want to create, this is a white, the middle one is a white background. Correct? I want to give some other color to it. So what I'll do, again, I'll work with copy paste. That is better. Control C and I will paste it here. Control V. Align is center and I don't know what pixels I have given. Hopefully let us see whether it works. Reload. What happened? It is not working. Why? These pixels are maybe more. Let us observe now. Okay, it has come. See. So what? Some color called as magenta has come with 200 pixels. Height is 600. We can change the width here as 200, here as 200 and maybe here as 500 and let us see. Okay, it is bigger. So let us change it to 400 and observe the output. Okay, so between some 400 and 500. Okay, I need to change the size also. Okay, this is the proper size of the website. Okay, so I can make it here 700, Control S and reload. Okay, still more place, so I can make it as 800, and you can fill the complete empty space by just changing the dimensions here. I'll say 800, 890. I don't know whether it works. Okay, we can go, we can say more than 900, so 910. This is how you understand. Okay, so you have to get a complete, you have to keep on changing this slowly and you have to understand. So this is how you work. Okay, still more space, you can cover it like that. This is understood, this is clear. So this is how the division tag works. Now I'll show you another example where I will try to display the India flag. So how I'll try to display, I'll show you. Control C. I'm removing all this. So here again, what I have done, I have said align is equal to left, some style I am giving. Okay, width again 100%, and I'll remove this. Control X, Control S. See, this is orange color, all FFF is white color, all 00 is black color, and this should be green. I hope this should be green. So refresh. Okay, see, you can see the Indian flag has come. If you want, you can change actually the height, making the height as 200, 200 and 200. Control S. Correct? Okay, good. Good enough. It is occupying the whole page. Now, what I want, you can also write anything between the division and the division tag. And whatever you write gets displayed over there. See, this is the top section. Suppose I have written like this, Control S and reload. It has come. Now you can align this text also. You can format and align and do everything with the text. I'm not writing it. I'll just show you. As you can write a text, we can also add an image to it. How? So between the where you want an image, you want it in the first section, you want it in the second, or you want it in the third. I want it in the second section. So how do I load an image? We all know img tag src attribute is equal to, is equal to the address of the image which gets loaded. So I want to load an image, all files. Okay. So HTML forms, I want to load JPG images, some images. I want to load this Ashoka Chakra in between. So what should I do? Right click, properties, and copy the complete address. Correct? Control C, cancel, cancel. Hope I am not going fast. I don't want all this. Okay, 1 minute. Backs. And what is the name of the image? Control S. I don't remember the name. It's a big name, so I'll go and copy paste. That's better. So which image? This image. The name has come here. Control C, cancel, Control V. Okay, Control S. Done. Now look, this is the complete address where the image is located. If you all recollect, all this particular division span tags.html and the image, both are in the same, not in the same folder, but at the same location, right? HTML, inside HTML forms, images are in JPEG images, and this file is in HTML forms, right? But there, this much, this part of the location is same. Okay. So before we proceed further, let us see whether the image is getting displayed. Correct. The image is getting displayed, but it's a big image, right? See, the image is coming to the center because align is center, but it is a big image. So what should I do? Whatever is the height of this box is 200. So the image ka height should also be HEIGHT should also be 200. Control S. Let us see. Right. Exactly. So look, it is looking like the India flag with orange, white and green and the Ashoka Chakra in between. Correct now? Now, See, such a big address, I'll avoid using such a big address because my images are where it is in HTML forms, and in HTML forms where JPG images, let us see, not coming. So the address has gone wrong. This is not required. My images are in JPG images. Still it is not coming. That means edit menu, undo. Okay, this completely is required as they are in different locations. Understood what I'm trying to say? Okay, this complete. Why? Because this is in this folder, but my HTML file is in a different folder. Now, instead of this, I'll show you loading a GIF image. So I'll open HTML form. See, this is the folder. Desktop may a folder called as HTML forms. Inside the form, my HTML file is here and my images are here. So they both are in different folder. Now I'll load a GIF image. GIF are animated images, right? Again, I have to copy the properties, Control C, cancel, cancel. यहाँ पे I have to change Control V, backslash, Control S, again file menu, open all files, and where is GI? This is the image. Control C, cancel, and Control V. Okay, Control S. Hopefully it works. See, you have a animated image, correct? So you can see the Indian flag, how it is. So this is how the division tag works, right? I hope the division tag is clear to everyone, correct? So now let us wind up the section. That is, let us understand the difference between the div and the span tag. Okay. See, division is a block level tag and which plays a very important role in grouping. What we can group various HTML tags, whereas span is an inline tag. It can also be used to group inline elements into an HTML document, correct? And we have discussed all these things. I've just put it as a brief. And what is the difference between them? The division is a block level and the span is a inline tag, correct? So before we wind up, let us understand what we did today. We have seen two very, very important tags, right? We have put the foundation of those two important tags today. And whenever we will develop advanced websites, we will need these two tags. Especially later on when we are going to do JavaScript programming, we are going to learn how to use these division and span tags while using scripting languages, that is JavaScript. Okay. So today's all today's websites, what we see. Okay, we call all those latest websites what come up, we call them as responsive websites. These are the websites which provide content properly, not only on the desktop, but also consistently the same content is properly rendered on tablets, mobile devices, iPads, and all other devices. So grouping plays a very, very, very important role, and grouping can be done using the division and the span tags. I hope the topic is very clear to everyone. So let us wind up here. And this topic is related to the second SOP 2. So once children understand this, you can do the SOP 2 in your notebooks. Okay. Chalo, thank you everyone.